He wasn't problematic initially. I first saw him outside my local grocery shop. He didn't throw his signature wink or wide grin that day. I caught a glimpse of him, of me, as he was leaving, and I was entering. He looked exactly like me, except he was wearing different clothes. I did a double take, but he walked on, not seeming to notice me. I thought I must have been mistaken. I was about to call out to him, but the sound of the commotion inside the shop stole my attention. It was Crazy Clara, a student from the school where I teach. She was pouring a bottle of milk over her head, while a group of boys roared with laughter. I shooed them away. Clara's always been slightly odd, but aside from having hair down to her knees, she doesn't really stand out much. She was a quiet and studious girl, but had recently started causing chaos, from instigating fights to following people around like a little creep. "You have to pay for that," the staff member said. Clara didn't even look in his direction. An elderly woman fumbled with her purse and gave the man a £2 coin. I went to ask Clara what was going on, but the woman stood protectively between us. "I think she lives on my street. I'll deal with this." She spoke to me in a scolding tone that irked me. I almost pointed out that as her teacher, I was in a higher position of trust than an alleged neighbor, but decided it was easier to wash my hands of the fiasco. I knew I wouldn't have time to see Holly before Meg got back from her sister's party if I didn't get a move on. Clara was probably acting out, for attention anyway. Over the following weeks, there were other strange occurrences. People were surprised to see me in one place, claiming to have just seen me in another. They acted like I teleported. I joked that perhaps I had a double wandering around, not for a moment suspecting this was actually the case. The situation escalated when I arrived at my classroom one morning to see through the glass in the door that I was already inside. The other me caught my eye and shot me a wicked grin. I couldn't walk in because the students would have been shocked to see two of us, so I had to wait while some lunatic taught my class. At first I thought I must have a twin my parents never told me about, but I kept seeing the other me around, and it became clear he didn't look like me. He was me. We had piercings in the exact same place. Sometimes his outfit and hairstyle would match mine perfectly, and an identical scar above his left eyebrow. I researched similar cases online. There was a woman that kept losing jobs because they were frightened of her mysterious double. Many sources claimed doppelgangers are a bad omen. Apparently, seeing yours can foreshadow imminent death. But I wasn't worried. It was superstitious nonsense. Other paranormal enthusiasts suggest such events are a glitch in the Matrix, and usually harmless. I wasn't concerned until his benign presence began to become malignant. He sent my wife pictures of me with another woman, except the photos were of him, because I had never met the woman. He began causing problems for me at work by insulting my colleagues and acting inappropriately towards students. Luckily, the affected students weren't the most reliable of sources, so because there was nothing too serious, I was given the benefit of the doubt. But the parents kicked up a storm, and I knew I would be fired if I didn't put a stop to the situation. I was confident I had the upper hand after the incident with my wife. It was clear the other me couldn't read my thoughts or anticipate my next move, because otherwise he wouldn't have bothered contacting Meg when I was planning to leave her for Holly anyway. If anything, he had done me a favor, because this mystery woman would face most of the backlash. Meg's friend and family could be brutal. I thought if I played it right, I could pretend to leave Meg for the unknown woman, and later say it didn't work out. Holly could then appear on the scene as my new girlfriend and be spared all the judgment. I swiftly hatched a plan to rid myself of the other me. He seemed to take any opportunity to stir trouble at work, so I set a trap. Mrs. Smith asked if I could cover for her after-school detention so that she could attend a last-minute hospital appointment. I would have normally said no, but this time I agreed. I replaced her name with my own on the rota in the staff room, writing it in big letters so it could be seen from afar. Only 3 boys were down for detention. I told them it was cancelled due to staff shortages and we would let them off, but they'd face double punishment if they repeated their crimes. I arrived at the detention room a few minutes late. The other me was always early. I had the rope wrapped around his throat before he knew what was happening. He was strong. I'm strong, so he fought hard. But this wasn't my first rodeo. My gran displayed more fight than I expected of a terminally ill bag of bones when I smothered her with a pillow. She hadn't left me much choice. She was 93 and needed to move on so that I could divorce Meg. I was worried she'd take me out of the will otherwise. She always had a soft spot for my soon-to-be ex-wife, not knowing what a nagging bitch she could be at home. I heard the small cough behind me. I turned in horror to see Clara. I made an instant plan to kill her too, but the calm expression on her face held me back. She told me, "It's over now. They appear after you murder someone. Mine showed up after I drowned my cousin in the bath." I wondered if I should go after her with the rope, but my gut said she wouldn't tell, and even if she did, who would believe her? She was known for making accusations to cause trouble, plus the victim, me, didn't exist. How could I kill myself and still be alive? I would just need to get the body out, or hidden, before she could bring anyone back. Clara continued talking. "I drowned my doppelganger in the toilet. I thought another one would show up, but it didn't. Your soul tears in half when you end a life in cold blood. Like what happened to Voldemort. I think the doppelganger is like the torn half." With that, she sauntered out. I swiped my arms across the shelf in fury, sending science equipment and students' projects clattering to the floor. I knew it wasn't over yet. Not for me. My soul has more than 2 pieces, as I've killed 4 people.
Hi, I'm Justine. I write the stories for this channel. I wanted to say thank you for listening to the end, and thank you to Mortis Media for another great narration. He narrated another one of my stories earlier in the year. I will put the link to that in the description in case you missed it. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this story, because there's Christmas stories on the way, and also I'm going to be looking to increase the number of uploads on this channel in 2022, so make sure you're subbed for that. I will catch you in the next one.